The Mach 5 is ready for some racing action with today's game, Super Off-Road for your Sega Genesis. So let's go ahead and take the arcade blockbuster Super Off-Road, pop it in my Sega Genesis, and see how it holds up today. Let's go to the game. Super Off-Road was published by Accolade under the Ballistics label and carries a copyright year of 1992. It is based on the 1989 Leland arcade game Iron Man Ivan Stewart's Super Off-Road. However, Ivan was dropped from the title for several home versions, most likely for licensing reasons. The manual opens with the following: on your mark, your palms begin to sweat as the starter pulls out the checkered flag. You squeeze the steering wheel of your Super 4x4, rev the engine a little, and patiently wait for the signal to let loose. You take a second to think about the beginning of the race. Should you jump out into the lead or lay back and make your move at the end? Your mind then shifts to that mud hole on the 5th turn and that huge hill 2 turns later. In a matter of seconds, the time for thinking will end. Instinct, reaction, skill, and a little luck will take over. The checkered flag is about to fall and the race is about to begin. Based on the #1 arcade game, Super Off-Road is an all-out dirt race held on 16 different tracks in 32 configurations. So get ready to feel every bump, fly through the air, and spin out just like the real short course racers. Super Off-Road is a single-screen overhead racing game for 1 or 2 players with 1 standard mode of difficulty. Not having a 3rd player option might be disappointing to some, since the arcade version was known for being able to support 3 players at the same time, but I believe that when the game came out, the 4-player adapters either hadn't been released yet or were still relatively new. At the beginning of the game, you can enter your initials, although they aren't saved to the cartridge. You can also select which of the 3 buttons you want to use to accelerate and which of the 3 buttons you want to use for your nitros. You also use a D-pad to turn your steering wheel left and right. You start the game with $100 grand to spend on upgrades, including nitros, which give you a short burst of speed, tires for better traction, shocks to decrease bounce, a higher top speed, and quicker acceleration. You also get to purchase upgrades after each race and can earn money by placing in the top 3 or picking up money bags on the course. You can also pick up nitros on the course as well. The game contains 16 courses from the arcade game and the arcade add-on packs. Each race pits you against 3 other trucks, one of which can be a friend, and is comprised of 4 laps per race. The race ends when the first truck crosses the finish line during the 4th lap. During the first 16 courses, you can freely continue, but after you go through the 16 courses, the directions will reverse, and ending in 4th will give you an option to continue, but at the cost of losing 2 of each of your power-ups you have bought. And it seems the game simply goes on forever without a true ending. Graphically speaking, while nothing wows me, I thought the game did a good job replicating the look of the arcade version. The sounds and the music for the most part were simply good enough to get the job done, although I did like one of the songs that sounded like it could fit in an episode of the Dukes of Hazzard. Family-friendly wise, the game was released before the use of a rating system, but the only thing notable is the use of bikini models, which could have possibly given the game a rating similar to today's E10 and up or T for teen. At the time I researched on eBay, including shipping, loose copies were going for $11 to $15 and complete copies were selling for $13 to $40. So what did I think of Super Off-Road for the Sega Genesis? Overall, this is a solid port of the arcade game and was pretty fun with a few drawbacks. Sometimes when I got caught in corners, I actually had to reverse my steering for some reason to turn the way I wanted to go. This is also one of those games where it can be hard to recover if you get bumped off course, and the upgrades don't seem to matter as much as the nitros, so I recommend stocking up on those first, and also try not to hit someone when you use a nitro or they will get your boost instead. After a while, it also gets pretty hard to beat the grade truck, who seems to get as many nitros as he wants. I also would have liked it if the game had an ending and could have done without the bikini girls, since I don't care for it when games use women simply as eye candy. However, the races themselves control pretty well, and once I learned to focus on buying nitros over upgrades, I had a lot of fun with Super Off-Road and could see myself playing it again. So where am I going to rank Super Off-Road? It's so easy to pick up and play, it's going into my top 10. I do like Quackshot more at 8, but surprisingly, I actually enjoyed Super Off-Road just a smidgen more than the also fun General Chaos at number 9. So out of the 29 games I've now ranked for the Sega Genesis, Super Off-Road is hopping a hill and landing in the 9th position. Super Off-Road is a fun, arcadey game that's easy to pick up and play on your Sega Genesis. At least that's what I think. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Also, please click like and subscribe and follow me both on the Facebook and the Twitter. I'm also a member of the Retro Junkies Network. At this time, I'd like to thank all of my extraordinary Patreon supporters, including Jan editor Sean from the Atari 7800 Homebrew Podcast. Thank you, Sean. If you appreciate the work I do and enjoy my videos, please consider becoming a Patreon supporter by signing up at patreon.com/NoSwearGamer, starting at $1 a month. Not only will you help make videos like this possible, but you will also gain access to some exclusive content and be able to vote on future games I review. Thank you for giving me a little part of your day, and I look forward to seeing you next time on the next episode of the No Swear Gamer. Take care and don't forget the Nitro.